The Moskenstraumen was the inspiration behind Edgar Allan Poe's short story, A Descent into the Maelstrom. In the 1841 tale, a man witnesses the ship he and his brothers are on board disappear into the vortex of the Maelstrom. The coin spinner is a good example of how the Maelstrom was described in books and stories during the 1800s. The coin goes round and round the whirlpool, getting closer and closer to the centre until it disappears. In Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Nautilus submarine is nearly sucked down to the bottom of the ocean by the Moskenstraumen, which is said to have done the same to ships and whales alike.
My memories of the crossing are patchy. I remember waiting. The Maelstrom, by the way, is not a place that any vessel would want to be in when the weather is bad. It's a serious undertaking. But like crossing any tidal area like the Corryvreckan in Scotland, you pick your time. And when we arrived at the Maelstrom, we decided that the best time for the tides was to be going around about midnight. So we had time to spend, and I can remember lying on the lovely smooth rocks. We didn't need to put tents up. We just laid our sleeping bags on these lovely smooth granite rocks, and we slept in the midnight sun for a number of hours until it was time to launch. And I remember that. I remember getting into the kayaks, and then there's a period, a bit of a blank for me, until we were halfway across when we met a lot of moving tide and we were being pushed very quickly sideways, which we're used to happening in tidal areas, and we had to work very hard to reach this little group of skerries halfway across. And I can remember that, and when you're in that kind of water, it does start getting the adrenaline going, because you think, I don't want to be pushed way out to sea here, because it's a bit of an unknown out there.
But what would happen is you'd kayak through this, it was a lot of small islands parallel going down south, and suddenly the kayak's going at right angles, and there's nothing you can do about it, and suddenly it kept turning, and if you fight it, you don't fight these things, you just let the small whirlpool just do what they want with you, because they throw you out eventually. It was a bit strange. But we'd prepared for it, and Pete, I know Pete and I had been to the Corryvreckan a couple of times ourselves, so we understood what happens when this it's confused water, and lots of little whirlpools, and Norwegians called those strina. You have no control when a strina hits you. You have no control. Suddenly your boat's at right angles. Apprehensive was the word. I had no idea what we're getting ourselves into at this point.
Although the Maelstrom was smooth, they had to work very hard to cross the tidal currents, which were forcing their kayaks at right angles. The current speed can range from 6.8 to 12.4 miles per hour. Strength and determination was needed to complete this part of the journey without disaster. On the completion of the expedition, they had achieved a kayaking first, the successful dual crossing of the infamous Maelstrom. Jim, Bill, Angus and Peter are still avid outdoor enthusiasts. They are very proud of their achievement.